learn more about kind of the love story between Jill and John, and my allegiance to him and to our relationship, and how far really that I'm willing to go as a wife and somebody that has lost her husband, and what extreme I will take my love to for him. Saw 6 answers the question, what's in my box? What's in the box? That's for sure, and it does give a lot of backstory, even more backstory than we've had so far, into everyone's characters. Tobin brings pretty much the same thing to every film that I've worked with him on, and that is 1,000% of himself. He's on the set the days that he's not working. He's got his little notebook. He's writing his thoughts, which I do too. I mean, I write my thoughts about my character and all that stuff, but he carries it with him 24/7, and it's like the first couple films we didn't really know each other, so he said, let's go to dinner, let's go to lunch, let's take a walk, listen to this music, let's do that. And so that was great. I really got to know him, and it was really, really sweet and wonderful and all that, and our characters kind of really got to be close. That was nice. William's character is a pretty slimy guy. He's an insurance person, and he kind of decides who gets insurance and who doesn't get insurance, and we find out that it's just kind of a scam business. I think the audience has to look forward to finding out what's in the box. A little more of me, I'll say that, than the last one, and a lot of tying up of loose ends. I mean, it kind of explains, I know we say that every time, but we do our best to explain away a lot of the craziness, so I think this one does it really, really well.
Exciting to me about being part of the Saw movie and Saw franchise is just like basically how I came about getting the role. A lot of people audition for these roles, and I got it through a reality show, which was kind of funny that I would be able to break into a franchise like this from a reality show, because sometimes some reality shows you don't make that transition as easy, so I kind of got it. So I think that's the most exciting part, is about how I transitioned. Me getting this role, it was actually a prize given to me for a show I did, a reality show called Scream Queens, and it was an acting competition, 10 girls, and the winner of the show got this role in Saw 6. So I went through a lot of weekly acting challenges and hanging out with girls, bickering with girls, but I think it was in the end well worth it. Being trapped in a house for 5 weeks, and I've been able to leave. No testosterone, but hey, this is great. I sacrificed. The director of this is Kevin Greuter, and Kevin is freaking awesome. He welcomed me with open arms. Like, he had seen me actually on Scream Queens, and so they said he really liked my work. And he's a sweetheart. He's really soft-spoken. He's easy to work with. He just gives direction, and that's it. He's never on your shoulder. Do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, when you hear screams, like, I think it's worse when you hear it and you can't see what's going on. And that's the scary part, because I hear him just wailing and wailing. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? What is that? So sometimes it is. Sometimes you forget that there's people around, and you just become isolated in your mind, and you're just like, yeah, I've been afraid a few times on this set. Being part of this Saw franchise is kind of like a history in the making for me. Like, he's like the modern day Freddy Krueger. Friday the 13th, we see that no more. So he's kind of stepped in and took that place. So to be able to be a part of something like that and have it go down in history, and this franchise looks like it's going to keep going, like I don't see any end in sight, it's very exciting for me to be able to work with such people and to be a part of something that people wait a whole year. They're just sitting at home tapping their fingers waiting to see.